Alright, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today we are going to be talking about social media clout and its effects once again. Now here on the channel here, we've covered like so many different instances of like people recording stuff they shouldn't be recording, you know, basically going out of their way to seek validation through stuff that they record, just looking for whatever little bit of internet clout that they can get basically to justify themselves, to validate themselves. And we've talked about how that's actually such a problem, right? Well, unfortunately, there is a pretty recent trend that I've been noticing with a few videos that have now gone viral on TikTok and on Twitter and across social media in general, right? Where primarily women who are going to the gym are like recording themselves in the gym, and like that's not necessarily the problem, right? The problem is these women are like basically picking out men in the background of the video who are just pretty much going about their normal lives and routines, inventing this like massive enemy in their head and like projecting that like persona onto these guys, assuming that just because, you know, they glanced at them in passing or they happen to be working out somewhere near them, that they're trying to flirt with them or trying to get with them. It's the most delusional shit that I've ever seen. So today we're going to take a look at two videos that I've seen across social media in like the last 3 days where, like I said, you know, women are just recording themselves in the gym, which is already, in my opinion, I think it's stupid to record yourself in the gym, but they're recording themselves in the gym and they're just, yeah, they're like trying to make these dudes in the gym out to be weirdos when they're literally just there trying to exist. You know, they may ask them a simple question like, oh, hey, are you still using this machine? Or, hey, are you doing this? Or, hey, are you doing that? And it's incredible because according to all of these videos, like no matter what the guy is doing, you know, it automatically means that he's some sick and perverted animal that's there just staring at them and trying to pick them up as if they're objects. Like, it's the most delusional shit I've ever seen. Like, these people are dead serious too when they say this and when they're making these videos. You know, they really think that like they're important enough for people to actually bother them in the gym, which is incredible. So I'm gonna go ahead and start playing the first video so you guys can see what I'm talking about here. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into the video.
This is how to not approach girls at the gym.
I hate this. I hate when there's Weirdos. It makes me so uncomfortable. Feral, like fucking feral.
Alright, so first thing I want to note here, she has this thing called the stare counter in the video, which, according to her, staring at somebody is when you make a passing glance at the person who has their phone set up recording themselves, talking to themselves like a psychopath, 7 feet away from you, while it appears he's also using a machine in the background of the video. So according to this young woman, anytime you look at somebody, regardless of whether or not you sit there and actually stare at them for 20 seconds, or if, you know, you just see them and glancing or whatever, you're staring at them. So you're already going to be able to tell the entire video is just like completely over dramatic and just bullshit. Like, this guy actually does pretty much nothing wrong in the entirety of this video, and yet his face and everything is now posted all over social media and has gotten tens of millions of views from a video initially insulting him and degrading him, basically acting as if he's just some sort of like piece of shit, right? She even calls him feral, as if, you know, like he's just like standing over top of her, harassing her. Keep in mind, he hasn't even like mentioned her yet. He hasn't come up to her and said anything to her, nothing. He just is doing his own thing at the gym. This is like the most normal behavior I can imagine somebody in the gym exhibiting.
There's mirrors everywhere, so it's like you can easily catch people. Act. Oh, this is nothing. Okay, we're gonna move on to the 35s now. I want you to watch very carefully.
Alright, so two things here. First off, you mentioned that you want everyone pay attention closely to this guy. You know, look closely at this guy in the background of my video. So please tell me who's weirder, the guy minding his own business at the gym who happens to glance at you a couple times in passing while you're working out 7 feet away from him, or the person recording him, basically encouraging everybody on social media to like look at this guy, calling him fucking feral, calling him names, schizophrenically assuming that he's like the fucking like the Hat Man following you or something and like trying to harass you. And then she says like, oh, look at how long he stares in this clip. And it's literally like a 1.5 long look that he does. Like, these people want to be the main character in the world so bad. You know what I mean? You know, she so desperately wants to be the center of attention. And that's the problem with this, right? She doesn't go to the gym with the mentality of bettering herself or, you know, like beating her personal records or being in there for the sake of her health. She's in there with the mentality that she's like the main character of the gym. As if there's not 70 other people going about their daily lives that are there trying to better themselves and keep good routines in their lives. She's there to make herself the center of attention. You know, that's why she feels the need to record herself and make herself the victim in everybody else's situations here. It's the most psychopathical thing I can imagine. Like, what kind of person lacks the validation so badly that they need, that they have to go out into public, recording themselves as if any minor human interaction that they might deal with is an attempted sexual assault charge by somebody, so they can get desperation and validation likes from other fucking losers on TikTok, man. It's like the most insane, bizarre concept to me. I'm gonna be honest with you, like, if you're this paranoid that people are gonna look at you in the gym, like, you're so paranoid that you consider a human being feral if they even glance at you at the gym, you might want to just invest in some home workout equipment or, like, go to an all-female gym or something, because this is, like, actually insane.
The 5 adds 5 pounds. And these are the weights. Excuse me? You don't have to do that. It's okay. No, it's okay. I got it. Thank you, though.
Alright, so he finally talks to her. He makes like one passing comment about like putting a weight on the bar for her. She politely declines. He walks away. He goes ahead and goes back over and cleans off the machine that he was actually using, which, by the way, as someone who, like, you know, has been to the gym before, that indicates to me that he was actually using that machine to work out with. Why would he go wipe it down if he didn't just get done using it? Plus, like, his pose when he's standing over it a couple different times, like, I'm gonna assume that she cut out the clips of him working out on the machine to make it out like he was just standing there watching her. But all of the context clues that I get from this video, like, it makes me believe he was actually using that machine, and she went out of her way to warp this whole situation to make it seem like she was a victim, which is quite literally the weirdest fucking thing I can imagine somebody doing to another person at the gym. Like, at this point, he's not the problem in the gym, you know, just because he went up to her and he made a passing comment to her, he looked at her in passing 5 times while using a machine near her. He's not the issue at all, you know, he hasn't done anything above and beyond anything, right? There's no line that he's crossed. Alright, so everything about this is just fucking stupid, you know? I mean, this is why I don't want kids. No, this isn't why you don't want kids, and it wouldn't matter if you wanted kids or not because you're actually so fucking insufferable and so psychotic. You probably couldn't get a man to stick around long enough to reproduce with you in the first place. So I don't think you really have to worry about kids, but no, this is not why you don't want kids. You don't want kids for your own personal reasons. Don't try and project that onto somebody else bettering themselves at the gym who's living their own life. Take some responsibility for your own decisions. Natural selection better take these weirdos out. The, like, psychotic level of, like, privilege that this person has. Like, you can tell by the way she talks about this guy that she, like, legitimately thinks she's better than him. You know what I mean? She goes around with this mentality and, like, that she's fucking better than people. And it seems to me like because she's a woman, she thinks she's better than men. Natural selection better take these weirdos out. Then this complete actual moron says he's going to jail for staring at an underage 21-year-old. And she's dead fucking serious, dude. And I just want to point out that here in the United States, a person like this can vote for fucking president. She can legally obtain a driver's license. She can legally acquire and in some states without a license, carry a firearm. But she's so fucking dumb that she thinks that being 21 years old is underage. She is at the most legal level of adult possible in the United States. But she said, oh, he's going to jail for staring at an underage 21-year-old. That's how fucking stupid, sheltered, and moronic these people are, man. They have no idea what they're talking about. And this just furthers my point of her being privileged, because if she wasn't privileged and life was thrown at her fast, and she had to like adapt and overcome really any adversity in her life, she would have been known that she was an adult long time ago, you know what I mean? Like, I've never met somebody who's like gone through something in their life and actually had to like deal with things on their own that would be at the age of 21 calling themselves underage. Like, you're just a fucking idiot. And I'm gonna be honest with you, what this screams to me is, oh, I've lived with my parents my whole life and been spoon-fed everything in my life and sheltered to the point that basic human interactions have just completely destroyed any sort of sociality I might have. And because I've never been around more than like 3 or 4 people in my life for an extended period of time, I believe that anytime a stranger notices me in any sort of like possible, a bit like any way, right? I believe that it's like a threat to me, you know what I mean? It's just so fucking cringe. It's like, why are you at the gym in the first place? Are you there for validation and attention on social media, or are you there to work the fuck out?
See what I mean? Alright, here we go. Let's go to the gym with girls. Let me go with some girlfriends. This is ridiculous. I gotta be careful. I gotta be fucking careful. Can't be too fucking...
Alright, so she's adjusting her shorts because she thinks she's the problem. Yeah, gee, you think? You think maybe you're the fucking problem? That's just now a light bulb that's went off in your head as a possibility that maybe you're the problem after all of this? I'm blaming myself because of the deep-rooted misogyny I was brought up with. Shut the fuck up. You are the most privileged class of people on the planet. Like, let's be honest here, man. I'm just gonna say it. I know this is off topic, but I'm so tired of white women pretending that they're not the most privileged class of people on the fucking planet. It's like they hear the term white privilege and they think it only applies to men. Like, at this point, go see a therapist, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, just go see a fucking therapist. If that deep-rooted misogyny you were brought up with has affected you so much throughout your life that you're this hyper paranoid and you're actually combative and invasive of other people's privacy in the gym, then yeah, maybe you're the problem after it's all said and done, you know? Like, maybe you're actually the one who's the issue. It's incredible how people like this, like, there's never any actual self-accountability, you know? They don't look at themselves in the mirror like, damn, I'm really the issue here, you know? Like, I'm the common denominator in all the problems of my life. There's always some sort of, like, mythical, you know, just, like, legendary scapegoat. Like, in this instance, all that deep-rooted misogyny she was brought up with is why she's the complete fucking lunatic recording people in the gym, right? There's never any self-accountability. It's incredible. Like, you know, just shut the fuck up and work out or leave the gym. Like, if you were that uncomfortable, you would have left the gym. I'm sorry, but in any, like, uncomforting circumstances to where, like, you know, you feel like you're legitimately in danger or like you're actually being hawked by a man much larger than you who could pose an actual physical threat, the last thing I would expect you to do is to sit there for several minutes in his, like, area, continue recording yourself, and then stay there. Like, if I felt like I was in genuine danger or like there was a threat being posed to my safety in any way, I'm leaving. It's that's like, I'm getting out of there, bro. I don't know about you. Apparently, you know, my actual tendencies, you know, that make sense are just lost upon people like this. You know, you're in danger, fuck it. Stay there and record yourself for clout on the internet.
What part of me working out by myself looks like I'm a fucking damsel in distress? I'm not. I feel unsafe. I feel unsafe.
This woman doesn't know what feeling unsafe actually feels like. This woman has, and I'm just gonna say it, I'm going to assume this woman has never felt unsafe in a legitimate, like, life-threatening or, like, safety-threatening situation, because if she actually had, I really once again doubt that she'd have just sat there and kept recording herself and staying in the same place she felt unsafe. I just don't see that being something that any reasonably minded person would do. It was all about getting a TikTok out. That's all it was. It was about getting whatever attention we could get on social media and getting whatever attention we could get, you know? And the unfortunate truth is there were probably hundreds, if not thousands of women who ran right into the comments and affirmed all of her beliefs. Oh, I'm so sorry you had to go through this, sweetie. It's a shame that you had to deal with this, as if she was assaulted in public by several men or something. But no one wants to talk about the fact that this guy could have had his fucking life ruined for simply being in the camera frame of some random person recording at the gym and just happening to look at them like 6 times and make small talk. So thankfully, social media actually created backlash with this one, you know? This one didn't go as planned. She uploaded this one and has just been getting destroyed by everybody, which is great because people like this deserve this. I don't know when society got to this point where people find it okay to just be walking around and recording people minding their own fucking business and not doing anything wrong, but that is like a legitimately cringe and like stupid trend that's going on social media. You have people who think that they're better than everybody walking around with their fucking phone, recording people without their consent or knowledge so they can post them on social media and make fun of them as if they're a circus animal only there for these people's entertainment. It's the most disgusting, ridiculous shit you can imagine people doing, right? Like what kind of person does something like this? What kind of person lacks validation so much in life that they behave these types of ways, man? So we're gonna take a look at another video because this is not the only instance I've seen of shit happening like this, so...
Watch this guy try move to me at the gym. Checks absolutely nothing on his phone. Looks over at me being busy sorting my wrist straps. These fucking straps taking up too much time. Makes a swift return. Sad lip.
Alright, so 24-second clip here. This guy essentially walks by, looks in passing at her to see what like workout she's doing, asks her like, hey, are you using the machine behind you a couple feet away or whatever? And apparently that's the equivalent of him putting on his inner Johnny Bravo, walking up to her, trying to mack this bitch and take her home for the night. Once again, it's main character syndrome, man. It's people going to the gym with the concept in mind that they're not there to better themselves or work out or actually do anything for themselves, but they're there to record themselves and put on this persona and like basically play this character that is hypersensitive to everything going on around them and takes any sort of possible human interaction as like an attempt to have sex with them. It's crazy. Just because somebody says something like very honestly innocent to you at the gym does not mean they're fucking flirting with you. You people need to learn how to pick up on social cues. Now, if he came over and he's like, oh, hey, what kind of bra are you wearing? What is that? You know, yeah, okay, that's fucking weird. That's an odd question, you know? He shouldn't be asking you something like that. But if he comes up to you like, hey, are you using the machine 4 feet away from you where all of your stuff is probably sitting by? I don't want to make you uncomfortable. I don't really see a big deal with that. I don't see that as a fucking problem because at the end of the day, at least he was nice enough to even ask, right? Because let's be real here, you know, he's damned if he does, damned if he doesn't in this situation. If he walked up to that machine without saying a word to her and started using it, he would have been accused of only using the machine so he could peep out on her, so he could look at her, because God forbid he use a machine in the public gym that would be, you know, 6 feet away from a woman. God forbid he do that, because then he's a fucking weirdo, you know, then he's a creep. But hey, if he comes up to you and asks you like, hey, are you using that machine there basically as a way of seeing if you're comfortable with it or using it, now he's then trying to get in your pants, you know, he's trying to, you know, sexually riz you up. It doesn't make sense. Like, you're damned if you do or damned if you don't with these people. Like, it's so insane. And they really don't see that them being the ones in the gym recording themselves are the problem. Let me just go ahead and give you this piece of advice here. 95% of people who go to the gym and they sit there and they record themselves the entire time they work out, they take all these pictures for their Instagram and their Snapchat story, and they feel the need to tell everybody about how much they're working out and post it all over social media. 95% of the time, those people are not there to actually be in the gym. Those people are not there to better themselves. They're there for the attention. They're there for the clout, and they're there for the validation from everybody else. And it's no different with people like this. They can make whatever excuse they want to. They can sit there and play whatever little facade on that they want to, pretending like this isn't all about some sort of power trip in their head and all about getting some sort of validation validation online, but that's literally all it's for. And it's so cringe, and it's so ridiculous. People should be able to go to the gym comfortably. People should be able to see the gym as a safe space. And yeah, for women, that should mean, like, yeah, you don't get flirted with and hit on at the gym by random creepy guys. But none of these videos ever show any odd creepy guy. It's always just some dude who's there to work out, who's not actually bothering anybody, who they make like a molehill into a mountain out of, just so they can, because they automatically assume that everybody on social media is going to agree with them because he's a man. And how dare he be in the same vicinity as a woman in the gym? It's fucking stupid. Anyway, with that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel, follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at @SubToOptimus. Make sure to check out Shoptimus down below. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus, not recording people in the gym, and signing out.